Joining us now is Kevin Marshall, member of Detroit Archers of West Bloomfield, to talk a little bit about what Detroit Archers is and some of the cool programs and leagues that they have there. Kevin, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Maddie. Thank you for having me.
So, Kevin, could you start off by telling us a little bit about the background of Detroit Archers of West Bloomfield and the history behind the club here in our greater West Bloomfield area?
Well, Detroit Archers began formally in 1928 in the city of Detroit. I moved around for a while before they purchased the property on Drake Road, at least the first portion of it, in 1951. Moving then, buying the rest of the property that we have, 32 acres, in 1964, and building the clubhouse in 1971. And that's pretty much the way it's stayed ever since. We're moving up on our 100-year anniversary and are looking to celebrate that when the time comes.
And Kevin, for someone who is maybe unfamiliar with archery and Detroit Archers, could you tell us a little brief overview of what Detroit Archers of West Bloomfield is and give us some insight into some of the leagues and the programs that you guys have there?
Well, Detroit Archers is a club that's owned by its membership, and we host a lot of public events. In fact, all of our archery competitions and shoots and events and things are all open to the public. We have a number of different activities for the public. Starting on Saturday mornings in November, first Saturday in November, we have the Saturday Morning Archers, which is more of a lesson-based kind of drop-in sort of teaching for 2 hours with equipment, and that's lead instruction. And then for the more advanced shooter, we have the Junior Olympic Archery Development Program and the Adult Achievement Program that runs Thursday nights. It's now between sessions right now. It's moved to the outdoors here in May. And that's for people who are a little more advanced, have their own equipment and those kinds of things. And then we have leagues for members and guests that we're winding down the winter leagues. We have target leagues and what are called 3D leagues, where you shoot at foam animals at varying distances and angles and kind of a competition. It's all based on your average score, and you get points, and then there's prizes awarded and those kinds of things at the end. This summer, we're planning on hosting a couple of, we're still working on the details, some Women in the Outdoors programs hosted by a member named Nick DeCreasy, who works with the DNR on hosting these kind of programs, and we're going to hopefully kick those off in July.
And Kevin, I understand that the Detroit Archers of West Bloomfield is very active in our community. Specifically, I know that you have some programs that you do with the Jewish Community Center. Can you talk a little bit about that and some of the ways that you guys get involved in the community?
Well, we have for years and years and years, longer than I've been a member, which is about 15 years, we have hosted usually three 1 week long camps for the JCC. Since COVID, they've scaled back a little bit, and we're going to do one 1 week camp this summer, and then we're supposed to have 3 single-day camps coming up. We also host usually several times a year with the West Bloomfield Parks and Recs, some shooting and some lessons here at the clubhouse on Drake Road. And then we have just the various other events. We starting in this weekend, I believe. We will host at least one outdoor 3D shoot through September, every once a month. So that's where our biggest involvement with the community comes from.
And Kevin, you have a pretty cool piece of property here in West Bloomfield. Can you talk about specifically where Detroit Archers of West Bloomfield is located and a little bit about the great property that you have here?
Yeah, we are located at, I'm blanking on the address, I think 5795 Drake Road, just south of Walnut Lake Road. We're on the east side of the road, across from the senior living apartments that are on the west side. And we have 32 acres of mostly woodland with some areas cleared out for our 2 different outdoor ranges, and then we have a 20-yard indoor range and clubhouse. And we shoot a variety of distances and different kind of field conditions around on the property. And we're home to many deer and turkeys and all sorts of wildlife that we're hopefully be ushering in a new crop of fawns here in a few weeks here that always pop up in late May, early June.
Kevin, for those people who are looking to get involved with Detroit Archers, become members of the club, but maybe have no experience with archery, could you give some advice for our viewers who are maybe looking to try out archery and get involved with Detroit Archers of West Bloomfield?
By all means, yeah. Archery is a wonderful sport. It's one of these sports that it's not, you don't have to be the biggest, strongest, fastest in order to compete. It's all about control and mind over your body and kind of focusing on what you're doing. And we have open shooting currently on Saturday and Sunday afternoons from 1 to 5 that they can come in, and there's equipment available to use, and you get a little bit of lessons, a little bit of teaching involved from the volunteers that are working that, and then just come and give it a try. It's a great way to spend a few hours of time.
Kevin, as we wrap up here, is there anything else that you want to share with our viewers about Detroit Archers of West Bloomfield?
Well, I think we're proud to be members of the West Bloomfield community. We've been here. This is the longest place we've ever stayed as a club, and we're not looking to go anywhere anytime soon. So we thank everybody in West Bloomfield for the support we've had over the years.
Well, Kevin, it was a pleasure having you on the Splash Live this morning. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.